What's going on, family? I am your host, That Boy Flames, and this is the Unexplained Flame Podcast Media. Wanted to welcome you all back to the show. Today, we're going to be covering a few topics. I'm going to be covering the Los Angeles Lakers versus the San Antonio Spurs. I'm also going to be covering LeBron James as he speaks about his retirement. We're going to jump into that as well. That's something that we need to cover. And we'll also be covering the Boston Celtics versus the New York Knicks and what we have upcoming for the NBA. I also feel like this is going to be a great season for the NBA as we jump into the second half of the season. And we are ready and up and coming and ready for the playoffs to start as we get ready and near closing to these months of June as we prepare for the playoffs. Let's jump right into it. Cue that intro. The first segment is going to be LeBron James and Wembanyama. Wembanyama actually played a great game. He had quite a defensive game. He had a few blocks. He actually had a few blocks on Anthony Davis. That was quite impressive, if I might say so myself. Anthony Davis actually came through. He actually did his thing on his end of the ball, on the offensive end. The thing is about Wembanyama is he seems to spread the floor. We already know he can spread the floor with the three-pointer. With him having that 7'3", frame, he's very hard he's very hard to judge, especially when he's on defense, because you never know if he's going to move up and come up for that block right at the last minute. You have to be very careful how you set your shots. If you shoot your regular shot, it's possible that Wembanyama can get a piece of it, very quickly. He can get back on the offensive end with no problem. I can tell you like this, within the next 2 to 3 years, I can tell you that Wembanyama is going to be an issue. He is going to be a problem. I can see him being an issue, kind of like how Giannis is right now with the Bucks. Moving right along, LeBron James also did his thing. He's getting up there in age, guys. He's getting up there in age. I still love LeBron. I still love his game. I still feel like he's good. He's aggressive. He's everything that we need him to be. I just feel like at some point, as he spoke about retirement, his gears are starting to run a little down. He's starting to run down a little bit. I think we'll be seeing the last few, maybe 2 to 3 years of LeBron James, and then he'll probably go ahead and call it quits. I'm thinking within the next 2 years, honestly. He has spoken about a 50-50 thing. He's not sure whether he just wants to go out and do his last year as a whole, or does he want to spend getting the praise from each place that he goes to. Every time he visits the arena, the same thing that they did with Mamba, the same thing they did with Kobe Bean Bryant. Rest in peace to the Mamba. We miss you, man. We miss you, Kobe. What I will say is he said he's not sure, but I do believe that LeBron James, and knowing that LeBron James, the LeBron James that we all know, the one who made the huge presentation for leaving Cleveland to go to the Miami Heat to team up with Chris Bosh and Dwayne Wade. Yeah, I think he's gonna want the praise for every place that he goes when it is his farewell. But I will say this, LeBron, it has been a pleasure having you in the NBA. It's been a pleasure watching you for all these seasons. I myself can say that it's been a pleasure, as I used to watch you coming up in high school. When I used to be in high school, I was watching you in your sophomore year. And for this last segment, guys, we're going to go ahead and jump into the Boston Celtics versus the New York Knicks. As the New York Knicks have Brunson, they have a couple of players that are pretty good. I like their game. I like how they spread the floor. They have a couple of three-point shooters. They played a great game. They just came up a little bit short, I think, just due to Jaylen Brown and Jason Tatum being veterans and having a little bit more of that expert. They've been deep in the playoffs before. So I think when it comes to, a lot of the season games that the Boston Celtics play, a lot of the stuff, when they get into tough moments, it really doesn't bother them. It doesn't rattle them. They don't get rattled. They just come back down and give you the next play, whether that's coming from Jason Tatum or Jaylen Brown. It doesn't matter which person you get it from. Both of them have kind of a similar play style. It's just that I feel like, personally, to me, if you ask me, Jason Tatum is a little bit more of the assassin, when it comes to, just him being deadly and him having the ball. And when I trust the ball with the last few seconds, who am I giving the ball to, Jaylen Brown or am I giving it to Jason Tatum? I'm probably giving the ball to Jason Tatum. I just wanted to tell you guys, thank you all. I appreciate you guys. I wanted to thank all my subscribers, thank all my fans, thank all the people who've been supporting the Unexplained Flame podcast for this long. Please stay tuned. I'm going to make sure I have fresh content coming for you guys. I'm about to bring back the content. I didn't want you guys to think that I forgot about you guys. I didn't forget about you guys. I'm still here. We're coming back. We're back in action. I'm ready to give you guys the fresh info.